Hello, I'm here to show you guys my college art portfolio and walk you all throughout my thought process to hopefully help you be accepted into your dream art schools. I watched a bunch of these when I was building my portfolio, so I figured that some might find it helpful as a point of reference. That being said, before we get into it, I need to clearly say that I am in no way claiming any of my tips to be gospel, nor am I privy to any knowledge on what specific colleges look for in an application. What I did will not work for everyone. This is me just sharing my experience and showing you guys my work. Okay, here are the colleges that accepted me. School of Visual Arts, Maryland Institute College of Art, Savannah College of Art and Design, Rhode Island School of Design, Pratt WMP, Fashion Institute of Technology, SUNY Purchase, SUNY New Paltz, and these are the ones that gave me scholarship. The only art school that I applied to that I wasn't accepted in was CalArts, but I also did the application wrong, so that was probably on me. This is just some other stats on me as a student. Here's my art background to contextualize my work and stats. I went to a public high school with a fantastic arts program, which got me certified in Photoshop and actively work ready for the art world. I have been supported from a very young age to cultivate my art, and throughout my childhood I have taken many extracurricular art courses. I am very privileged to have received this support, and it has given me a serious advantage in the application process. This said, you do not need the education I've had to create a winning and amazing portfolio. I recommend going to National Portfolio Day to get your work critiqued. For me, it was virtual because of pandemic. I promise you that they won't hurt your feelings. Okay, so let's get into it. My portfolio was 18 pieces long, in which I tried to submit a diverse variety of subjects, materials, and styles. I wanted to show my breadth of knowledge while also showing what I was passionate about. For me, this is quite specifically narrative illustration. Some people find success in having portfolios that are very thematically connected, but I chose not to go down this path. Instead, I wanted to emphasize the variety and potential of my work. I put my favorite pieces first and last, which I believe is called the sandwich method. I wanted my portfolio to start and finish with a bang. When you submit your pieces to these colleges online, there is a space where they may ask you to write a description. Don't leave this blank. It's a fantastic way to describe your thoughts and process, similar to how you would in an AP art portfolio. I'm including my written statement in the beginning of the overview of each piece, but I won't read them out loud because some are quite long. Please pause and read if you need reference to your own writing. This piece is a favorite of mine, and it establishes a mood and theme for my portfolio. The moody lighting, crossing lines between realism and stylization, and a focus on human connection, or the lack thereof it. It's a bold piece, and I wanted to hook my viewers in. I had received from criticism on National Portfolio Day on my use of space to the left. Though I found it helpful, I didn't change anything in the fear of messing it up too much. I wanted my second piece to be strong as well, but also to establish that I know traditional technique. It's also a deeply personal piece relating to my identity as a trans guy, so I knew that it could hit hard to these colleges that value art involving identity. I also received a crit from National Portfolio Day that told me to evaluate my use of space on the bottom and crop up, but I didn't end up doing that because I was too scared again. Okay, so this piece was fun and it works as proof that I wasn't just some broody stereotypical art student. The environment was inspired by my time out west and the history of so many farming families. I grew up in a city, so country life seems foreign but lovely to me, so I wanted to illustrate my idealized view on American farm life. This is a still life I did in class. It's very important that you include some art from life. I remember that Pratt required at least 3 pieces. Not only does it help you as an artist, but colleges eat it up like nobody's business. Notice how visually different this piece is from the others. I really wanted to continue to diversify style, composition, even perspective. I continued to show my passion in narrative illustration while showing my skills in composition and drawing. Here's a classic self-portrait. Notice how I'm switching back and forth between naturalism and stylization, which, in hindsight, I don't know if that was the best move, but I'll leave that up to you. This is an older piece of mine, but it's all about showing skill, variety, and technique. The backwards vignette thing I have going on isn't great, and it just makes for a weird cropping, and some parts of the drawing are very patchy. I like how it looks from far away. That's it. I switched focus here from figures to environment in an effort to make a cool, creepy Halloween drawing. You can find inspiration anywhere. I took the reference picture on a hike with my family, and I turned it into an eerie landscape practice. I have no idea how strong this piece actually is. It seems rather simple and unremarkable in hindsight. Here's my second piece from life. It was a model sitting from class that I did over a couple of days in watercolor. Please draw people from life, do figure drawings, literally anything. They're so helpful to you as an artist and to your portfolio. They're so worth it, do it. I actually did this piece in sophomore year, which is my oldest piece in the portfolio. I'm just honestly really proud of the soft texture, so I wanted to find an excuse to include it. This was also part of my first larger narrative illustration project, so it means a lot to me sentimentally. It's quite simple, but hopefully effective. Ugh, it's a still life. I did it when I was first learning oils. It's not my best work, but I felt like I needed more. I prefer not to look at it for longer than I have to. Here is a book cover I did for a local competition. It was an amazing opportunity for me to test a more graphic style and also have my art professionally recognized. Once again, it's in here for diversity of techniques and to show my compositional skills. Another portrait from life. I don't have a lot of oil so far in this portfolio, even though it's a favorite medium of mine. I wanted to show my knowledge of painting techniques, specifically alla prima, and the skill I can execute it with. I cringe when looking at it now because you can clearly see how I edited it to get rid of the glare. Take proper pics of your paintings, folks. I hate this piece. It's another landscape and in scratchboard, which I guess makes it unique. That's all it has going for it. This is another excerpt from a larger narrative project that I did, inspired by a poem written by a bot on Tumblr that creates responses to sent-in questions that are based on the hit horror podcast The Magnus Archives. It's literally the nichest thing ever, but it made for a good comic. This is a 2-page excerpt from it in an effort to show the expansion of my narrative art with text and sequential illustration. A super fun project, and I like the flavor it added to my portfolio. This was a school assignment where we were asked to combine text and image. This is a painting of a friend of mine who used to say hello in a voice that would always make me laugh. Looking at it makes me mad because it's literally smudged. I don't know why I submitted it, but whatever. This is another self-portrait because I'm apparently self-absorbed. I love working with ink, and I realized I hadn't put any of my ink work in yet, so this fit well. As I'm reaching the end of my portfolio as well, I wanted to include some more meaningful pieces relating to identity once again. This piece was hell to create. People who make collages for fun? Who are you? Who are you? But no, this was a fantastic piece to show skill and dedication, and it was a fun exploration in shape, texture, and color. To make it, I cut stuff out from paint chips stolen from Home Depot and magazines. I cannot tell you how many podcast episodes I got through while making this. Thank you, McElroy Brothers, and how sticky my hands were. It sure was an experience, to say the least. This is my final piece. The portfolio started out on such a lonely note, I wanted to end it with good vibes. This is a piece I made for a long-distance friend on their birthday. It may not be the most skillful of my pieces, but it's intimate and impacting. Okay, let's talk about the RISD assignment. For people who do not know, Rhode Island School of Design has a special assignment that they give out each year based on a prompt that changes. The prompt for my year was to repair something that we thought was broken. I'll show you the pieces I created while I read my written response. To solve this assignment, I chose to repair images of myself in childhood to reflect my identity today. I came out as a trans guy in my early teens, so viewing pictures of myself pre-transition can be a solemn yet bizarre affair. I wish I could look back and identify with the younger self I see in these pictures, but in reality, I feel alienated from both my own past and misplaced in who I'm supposed to be now. How can I be both of these people living in the same yet ever-evolving body? In an effort to repair this, I went back to my childhood pictures and redrew myself as a cisgender boy. I wanted to give the drawings a flimsy and flat paper-like look, as the version of myself that I'm depicting is clearly imaginary and contrasts with the very real childhood that I actually experienced. However, I chose to digitally integrate my drawings into the settings and figures in the photographs, to ground the images in a sense of reality and to prove that this could have been a childhood that I lived through, if things were just a little bit different. I animated my drawings as well, to emphasize the feeling of life into my pieces, along with a disturbance from reality. I did the original drawings in charcoal and black-colored pencil on paper before I photographed them, edited, and animated them on my iPad. That's all for now. This process was super rewarding and I'm proud of myself for how much I was able to accomplish. Sorry for all the curious folks, but I won't be disclosing where I'm going as of now. But just know that I am beyond excited and I hope that my work can help in any way possible. Thank you for watching.